Plug it in and get ready to rock.
Sit your ass down at the hands of the clock.
With Renegade Pineapple so sublime.
Like, comment, subscribe. It's time! Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Control. So, my only bit of control to start off our episode today is the thing about the trees with the mould. I didn't notice before when I read that it says fighting back the trees. They don't know whether the mould can do anything, but it's hard to fight back the trees. The trees are obviously spreading at an alarming rate. So that might be a problem. There might be some kind of tree-based boss. That'd be kind of fun. Also, I've decided what do they call them in this? The executive major targets is the one I've got. I'm not doing that. Because I Google whether they're part of the story. They're not part of the story. It's like a little bonus thing, so I can't really see the point in doing them. If I'm not really going to get anything out of it, maybe I'll get some upgrades, but I'm kind of doing fine. And also, it's a thing that the board is telling me to do. And I don't trust the board. Plus, she said we've got to go and save this lady before she gets killed. Why would I then stop and do some other shit? Oh, you can even do it up on the wall. It doesn't have to be flat to get the measurements, I guess. As long as you spread it out right. Oh. I feel like there's supposed to be a video on. Yeah, that was just a black screen. Was this supposed to be a video? Whatever. Yes, interesting. I still feel like the whole selection of the prime candidate and... Was this a map of the astral plane? That's very interesting that they would make that. Or even just be able to make that. Just to comprehend the scale of it is strange. But the idea of the prime candidate and being picked out by the board, that's control, and this is the company for controlling things. How do they not see that? Astral exhibition. So a little bit, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want to point out a few things that are in it, so it's going to be better than me running around while I'm doing it. One, the term astronauts is the most adorable thing I've ever fucking read. I didn't know this game was going to be suddenly so cute. Also, the idea that this is a training simulator for people to go in the astral plane afterwards, the astronauts, of course, but that it's been repurposed to study someone being in a similar environment, like how animals in zoos, you put them in an enclosure that is similar to where they're originally from. They refer to the astral entity as astral spike. That one, all that's interesting. One, that they've captured someone from the astral plane and that they're studying them. But also, I think it's interesting that it says outdated terms in this report have been redacted. So does that mean all the stuff that's redacted in other reports aren't just getting redacted so that you can't find out the information? Some of them it's just because those aren't the terms they use anymore. That's kind of interesting. So sometimes it can just be that they've come up with different words. We could have been reading about two of the same thing this whole time, and it's just always been redacted. That's another form of control within the control building. That's nuts. Is it just me? Is that interesting? I think it's interesting. But we might meet an astral person. Those people that look like static, they look like the Hiss but more staticky back there. I wonder if those are astral spike people. Oh, I have the thing from Darling. This is what we're supposed to be playing on the screens.
The astral plane.
There we go.
Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get.
Easier to watch this by anyway.
This place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes.
We also need to talk about the era. Let's talk about that after this.
Complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black pyramid. The board, all linked, intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
Yeah, so still the same thoughts to go along with it. But yes, the decade is something we need to talk about because there's a lot of old-timey seeming stuff here, which makes sense because they've got to test a lot of different stuff. But it does feel like all of his stuff seems old and like it's shot on like a 35mm or even like a Super 8 camera. It's got that edge, that weird sort of soft edge with the curves that makes it feel so old. So when is all this stuff being made? Why would they use a camera like that if it wasn't... Unless he's just, like, really trying hard to be artistic. Because Jessie does not seem like she's from the same time period as Darling. But he's supposed to still exist in this. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Does time really matter when you go into the oldest house? Could we all be coming in from different time periods? And if it is that, why aren't they more extreme?
I can't believe they keep that thing here.
Oh, that thing that chased me is Astral Spike. Okay, it's not like a dude. I was thinking it was going to be like a person. Right, so now I've got to dodge around it. Oh, I've got a power thing. Oh, it's right behind me. Oh, it came immediately over to me. Yeah, I can't stop them. It was only because of there being something in the way before. That was the only thing that stopped it. Please open that, Jessie. Right, it seemed to not be able to see me after I went behind here. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Right, I need to loop it round, because me pressing that button seemed to close that door, which seems like a bad thing. Am I trying to trap it, or am I just trying to get around? Is it following me, or trying to get into the room? I don't think there's anything in the room, though. Right, I can get through. There was another door there, but doesn't seem like it's worth fucking around with it. Okay. I can use this to get around it. But surely I want to trap it. I don't think it can fit through there. So if I can let it follow me in here a little bit. And run up there quick enough. Oh, but it's always on the wrong frickin' side. If anything, I need it to follow me in through the top. Is that it? Right, it's in there. Oh, and it closed this door as well.
Doing with that thing.
Right, cool. I trapped it in this little back room, and now I can go through this way, which was the other door that I was concerned I wouldn't get to go in.
We need backup down here.
Marshall, are you still there?
Shit.
Parapsychology, hypnosis, extrasensory. Right. Let's get down to her. I trapped the spike, which is cool. Right, there's one of those... Why haven't I got notes on what the fuck that ball is? It's like that MC Escher marble drawing, which I think is cool. Well, it's not really a marble. It's like a metallic ball. But the perspective all looks very correct. It's interesting. A lot of MC Escher inspired stuff in terms of like the design of this, actually. Oh, not that one. That's just... Oh, that's a dummy. Okay, I hit the dummy. I did not mean to hit the dummy. I'm trying to hit the guys. Oh, that's rude. That's rude is what that is. Have a big thing. Have a big thing, you meanie. Right, where's the ball gone? This is all tests and shit. We'll look through this in a second. Oh, more dudes are showing up. I need to kill the ball first. That's a much better gun for fighting that thing. It's big enough that the spread hits it really well. Back away. Got ya. Where's the other guy? There. Where'd you go? There. Can't even see where they're shooting at me from. Oh shit, like here. There's like loads of them. I got pretty lucky there, I feel. I wonder if that actually makes their aiming worse because they can't see. That might be too much to ask. Get you before you come down here. Right. We'll let Shield Boy come to us. See if we can take out the others from a distance. Oh, that's a minigun guy as well. Oh, are you in a chair? Yes, let us stop you, because I'm scared of you. You seem too powerful. Oh, there was a report about something being strong enough that it could still attack you while being tied down. It's like the thing that Tomasi became, those flying guys. It's the same thing, except some of them are strong enough that it doesn't matter that they're tied down, basically. Oh, stop. You're throwing too many. You're throwing too many. I also have a fucking machine gun now, you prick. That's for you. And a speaker. Have your own shit, you loser. Oh, cleanse. Cleanse, 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 cleanse. Okay, not letting me cleanse. Don't like that. Would rather like to cleanse. Gotcha. Right, his cluster is the thing I just picked up. Can I... Oh, I can cleanse this now. I just needed to fight off a few more people. Right, we'll cleanse so that I definitely don't get attacked. Take a swift look around, because there must be more stuff here. And read those couple of documents. I like the way the pictures are swinging, because they've just gone back into place. Luck department. Cool. Right, let's have my little sweep round. Yeah, there's several documents. I'll go find everything, because I had to run through a whole department. So, let me go find everything. Okay, I'm still looking for stuff. I just thought this was another interesting thing to go back to the point I was making earlier. This is the extrasensory lab. There's a cigarette machine again. There are cigarette machines everywhere. She's dressed like it's now. It's weird that the whole building has cigarette machines. Unless they're actually something else. But then still... Cigarette machines don't blend in now. Nobody has those. That's weird. Oh! Oh! Why are they green? This is hypnosis. I want hypnosis and there are hiss who don't attack me.
I see it. Another object of power? They're just standing there, mesmerized by it.
Can I get this object of power and start controlling motherfuckers? Turn them against each other? There's gotta be a thing about it here. Clacky balls! Everyone likes clacky balls. Are they moving? What's happening? Oh wait, I can see a shape in the background. Am I supposed to make that shape? There we go. It was the one thing that was on screen, so it made sense. Thank you, this one note. Right, they're still mesmerized. Hope it stays that way. Because otherwise I'm in pretty close quarters with them. I'm also going to be interested to see which item it is.
First class. And you are
Ah, an astronaut. Finally.
death, disability, personal injury, corporeal untangling, cognitive collapse, loss of ego, and partial to full dementia.
Oh, fuck.
I am. And you acknowledge that your use of the astral conduit, aka the X-ray light box, is purely voluntary.
Yes, I do.
X-ray light box.
Pursuit is good. Okay, you're all set. Open the door for Mr. Warren, please.
It'd be interesting to see how this links to mesmerizing people. Oh, it's a brain scan. I get that does make sense. That was literally touching the glass. He's so fond of it. Give it to me. Right, so how am I doing this? This will help me get in with Marshall, I guess. Golden copy NPC. Stop talking in game terms. Variation. It's weird that it's like... Yeah, that the game is part of the control. It's clever, but it's also... It's too much. Okay, how do I use my new power? Back off a sec. Ah. Enemies at low health can be seized. Oh, okay. Hold square. Oh, they get their health back as well, which is good. So I can't fight them, but I can make these guys fight them for me. Okay, killed that one. Send me a new guy. I'm too powerful. Right. Don't shoot them in the head when they get too low in health. Fuck me, I killed them again. The square didn't show up quick enough. Right, are they gone? No, Goldie's still alive. That's it. Got ya. This is cool. Can't see me really using it. Feel like... I suppose if I'm at the beginning of a big crowd, it would be useful. But only in very certain circumstances, like... It's easy to just fight people myself most of the time. Especially when you've got to purposely not kill them. Right, I've got a little team going in there now. And I wonder if there'll be a boss that's like this, though. A boss that I can't kill on my own, maybe. That's the only time I could see it really being useful. X-ray bound slash... Yeah, okay. Alright, so I'm now connected to that. Which is what they want. It's almost like the board are just trying to find someone who's capable of taking on all of the things without it just killing them. Okay, they're dead now. Right, plenty of things to read. And I've got to read about that now as well.
Brains were fried when I took over the object.
Let's read. Okay, so the first thing we've got is about those ball things that I keep finding. They're called hiss clusters, and they're the things that are healing enemies. It wasn't that type of enemy that was healing itself. It was because this thing was nearby. So it's a ball of hiss, like energy or resonance, whatever they want to call it, that doesn't need a host. So it just floats around on its own, but it mostly just heals the other enemies, which is why it was taking me so long to fight some of the other ones near it. So this one's about astronauts and how much training they have to go through before going into, they call them dives, into diving into the astral plane. And that the X-ray light box is the thing that they use to send people there, because every time you touch an object of power, you potentially get sent to the astral plane. Which seems like a weird one. A thing that controls your mind is not the right one to use before sending someone there, surely. Because they could be manipulated by the object, not just going there. And then the chairs that are outside that are a bit weird are to record what they've seen once they've been in there. But there's a bit at the bottom that says, gathered data has conclusively proven that blank blank within the astral plane vary wildly between astronauts. So, does everyone experience that completely differently? So maybe the astral plane is different for each person. The way we're seeing it is just the way that Jesse sees it. So each person could have a completely different experience in there. So there's no way they can really prepare them for it or really train for it if the stuff that happens there or the entire environment there is different for each person. There's a lot of pictures that suggest that there is some commonality between everyone in it, but that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of background differences that you wouldn't necessarily know what they mean unless you're the person that went there. This is about the chairs and how they capture stuff from them, and about a lot of it's trying to say just make the people comfortable in the chairs, but it also says that they have like facial spasms and stuff like that while it's happening. So it must be a bit daunting for the people having to go and sit in the chairs even after going to the astral plane. You think that would be daunting? Then you get strapped into a chair that messes with your head a little bit. It also says not to be alarmed if the length of the recorded footage is longer than how long they were unconscious for. Astral dilation is a known issue. So the astral plane doesn't match up with time here. So you could be out for like seconds and then have hours of footage, or be in there an hour and have seconds of footage. That's interesting that it's not just like one for one. They're not considering the astral plane to just be another dimension, though I suppose another dimension could still really have a different time frame. There's no reason that it couldn't. Never really thought about that. So this document is about groupthink. It's called Rethinking Groupthink, and a lot of it's about doing tests on people with telepathic abilities and how that can relate to groupthink. I don't really know much. I don't really get what groupthink is to begin with. It's not something I've ever read anything about, but I'm guessing it's just literally a group of people trying to accomplish the same thing. You would think the words groupthink could be like quite self-explanatory. That it also names drops 3 people who are 3 real people. They're 3 psychologists. So this is definitely one to come back to. This isn't one I'm going to pick up much from right now. I'll read this and research those people, and then that's next time's Control is going to be about this specific thing, because this needs a little bit more digging. So this is the thing about the light box, and it says that the scan that's in it belongs to just a patient at the hospital, but those 2 things are now combined. You can't take the x-ray out of it, so they obviously need to be together for this whole thing to work. Or maybe it's the scan itself that is the thing that actually has the power in it. The interesting bit is the bottom bit in the background that says a janitor named something redacted bound the object at St. Anne's Hospital in blank, which could be anywhere because St. Anne's is like probably a very common hospital name. Soon the building's occupants were blank by him, which makes it sound like they were like following him, worshipping, doing whatever the fuck he wants. Because there's the later bit that says the Bureau dispatched an emergency response team to blank blank, the perpetrator, and blank the item. So if they're referring to the janitor as a perpetrator, they obviously used it for bad things to control people. And whether this is just because you're supposed to think that, because it's not subtle. It's not subtle in the fact that it says a janitor named something something. Obviously it's going to immediately make you think, what if this is about Artie? And the reason why he can control a lot of things is because he's used this before. And goes back to the idea that maybe he's something that's escaped during all of this. But they do talk about Artie like they like him, but is that because Artie has used this thing to make them like him? And Artie is actually just controlling everyone and is part of this whole thing? Because this feels like one of the items that... This is one of the ones you couldn't avoid, did. This isn't like the carousel horse, where it's sort of a side thing that you would want to do. This is the thing that you had to go into. So I feel like maybe if they're not trying to lead you down that path because that's what's going to be the story, they want you to sort of think about that for a little bit. Because it's too on the nose that it's a janitor and he's the janitor, and we know that he's got something else going on, and lately he seems a little bit more sinister. So I don't know. So this is a letter being sent to Dr. Darling that says it's urgent and stuff like that, and it's from Francis Bertram, who is claiming that they had a problem they'd been given and they solved it by mimicking something that happened in a dream that they had, and that the dream essentially told them how to fix it. So they're saying that they must have precognitive abilities, but I mean, the way that it's written feels a little desperate. Like, they want to have something like that. They want to have something interesting about them, so that they're taking something quite simple so that they can be involved in it, because they just really want to They want these like they want to be experimental. There are people like this. There are plenty of people like this that claim that they could talk to ghosts and shit, and they're just making the whole thing up because they want to be special. He feels like one of those people. Okay, a lot of reading to do there, but definitely worth coming into here. And I just realised I was wrong about a thing I just said. This isn't one that you had to come in and find, is it? This was off to a side room. It was definitely leading me somewhere else. I'm supposed to be going around there. It's only because I happened to wander into this hypnosis lab. So maybe that thing about a janitor controlling people is supposed to be just like a little story hint. Maybe that is what's going on. Whoa, that destroyed the whole thing. This is the poster I was also talking about before. It's a bit clearer now. Is that... He's even got a name badge, but I can't really read that. It doesn't actually look that much like the guy we went and talked to, so maybe it's not. But it's weird that... I mean, Artie's got freaking posters of himself. Artie might be manipulating everyone. I was saying maybe he's the real person in charge, but maybe he's the real person taking over the building.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden. Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
So you already know that we're the director. Right. The lift's coming. Oh, wait. Except we're going to get attacked before that. Oh, I don't like these ones. No, back off, crab people. No crab people. No thank you, crab people. You can all play together. Oh, I just got away from that. I would rather just fight the regular guys than the explodey ones. Can I use the crab people's bodies? Because I can pick them up when they're weak. Will they explode near the enemies? I feel like I did pretty well in that situation. That was like a cold, collected dispatch. I might have... That's a cold collected. I was clearly freaking out. I mean, more that... In terms of fighting, I did it well. I fought confidently. As a person, I freaked the fuck out. We can admit to that. This is the bit where I came in before, right? Yeah. So we don't need to check around here. We can just get straight in the lift. Oh, probably going to come out the other door. Don't see many lifts with doors like this. In this building, it feels like all 4 parts should have fucking doors, because you don't know where the fuck you're going to end up.
Marshall is waiting for you in the luck lab. Just
Are you a person? I suppose the Hiss look exactly the same, don't they? Because they definitely also look like the Hiss guards. But they are the Hiss, because the Hiss just take over actual people. Document! Rubber duck! Okay, this one I think is interesting. Still not going to read through the whole thing too much. I've read enough documents this episode. So this is about a rubber duck that is an altered item, not an object of power, which I didn't realise is also what the plastic tree was. The Christmas tree was an altered item, not an object of power. So they're being manipulated by objects of power, I think is the difference. So this is about a rubber duck, like a bath toy, was following his daughter. He didn't believe it, he thought she was just making it up, but then eventually found it gone to places where she couldn't put it. So started to believe it and heard the duck quacking. Then they later found out that the agent who was talking about this had been taking stuff from the oldest house home with them. So they'd taken something with them that was manipulating the rubber duck. So it wasn't the rubber duck that was doing it. It was being controlled by another object that they had taken home with them for whatever reason, which seems wildly dangerous when you've clearly got a child at home. But interesting, the idea of the rubber duck moving. I can't see... The carousel horse is the one that makes sense because that's the thing that suddenly moves, but I don't think he would have managed to get out of the building with an entire carousel horse. Who designed these walls? I suppose no one. It's the building shifting, isn't it? But could you imagine being like, yep, we'll put a big empty circle there? How strange. This isn't... I don't need to cleanse. I need to claim this one because it's neutral currently. There we go. Another control point for us. Luck and probability. So this is where Marshall's going to be. With them TVs on the test thing. Ooh, a Neko cat. You guys seem sad. What's with the Neko cat? It's not typically how those work. They're normally just like a pendulum. So I needed to press a button to start it. Are they all wounded?
There you are. I was starting to worry.
Sorry, I'm busy messing with everything. Oh, it's a 4-leaf clover. Take it or put it back. I'll take... I mean, should I take it with me? Will it actually give me luck? Oh, it's the luck department. That's what that's for as well. That's a symbol of good fortune. 4-leaf clovers are a symbol of luck. Golden fish. Not really heard about that before, but that makes sense as a luck thing. Those are just computers. Horseshoe. Don't turn it upside down. That's bad luck. You want it up that way so that it fills up with luck. And if you turn it upside down, all the luck spills out of it. There must be more stuff in there that we should look at as well. Clacky balls. Everyone loves the clacky balls. There's the most lucky thing of all. What's the elephant? I like the elephant, but I've never heard of that as a thing. Right. Marshall, speak to me.
In your appointment, Director Phaeton.
Thanks.
I'm Helen Marshall.
You're cool. It's a cool coat.
Zachariah's dead then. And I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
Yes, she talks about it like this. It's all so normal.
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
Yeah.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss.
Oh. To protect his labs. Is that the thing for the ashtray maze?
We'll have to lock the door behind you.
What did she give me?
Sorry, but we can't risk a breach.
Oh, I can't get in there because I'm not level 5. Can see through though. There's another cleanse thing in there by the look of it. Oh, is there a specific... Oh, it's a roulette wheel. That must be an object of power. Okay. Or just something important that they're testing. Another shelter. Check in here real quick. What if we just didn't fight them? We just went and hid in here instead. So he's getting healed because one of those other things is around. It's very red in this toilet. Let me just check around. Is that a TV? Is there a TV in the toilet? That's a speaker. Okay, that makes more sense than a TV being on the side wall in the toilet.
We have to help them.
Yeah, planning to. Just need to make sure I get everything I need. Ritual division. Okay, so this is where all the like luck and occulty stuff's going to be. Oh, I should have manipulated that one. That was an explosives guy. They're the ones I really need on side. I don't really care about manipulating them currently. I more just want to get to these guys as quick as I can. You a bad or a good? Oh, how did that not finish you off? Right, there's the health thing, so we need to kill that. Right. Come back here, you stupid bowl. Where's the bowl? Got it. Alright, now they'll stop healing. You can fuck off. We're supposed to stay at a distance. Can't do that when it's not me you're shooting at. Alright. He's getting shot. Save them. Stop them getting closer. Explosions are going to be harder to save them from. Oh, no. There was someone close to it. Why did they just stand there? I mean, they're all dying before I got here. It's not my fault if one of them died while I'm here. I ain't magic. Pretty good, though. Pretty good. As good as magic. This guy's alive. Good for you. Yeah? You happy about it? There was a lady as well. I heard a lady talking. Must be more people I saved. Everyone come and praise me for being great. I'm going to look in this shelter before I do the cleanse. A lot of these shelters around here. Oh, okay. I won't go in this shelter. Oh, I can once I've cleansed. There you are. I saved your life also. I did well enough. Don't he get an A on every test? Oh, no. What kind is that? Oh, they're just swarming stuff around them. Okay, so this is a new thing. Oh, they got their shield back. Oh, Hurricane X, that's Chief Lewis. Oh, shit. So this is one of the guys that we had a letter from, isn't it? This person is going way too close to them for my liking. You are going to die because you are running right up to them. I'm going to use your body to get rid of their shields. Get down. James Brown style. Anyone else here? What a twofer. Okay, that's everyone. I really like when you pull the object towards you and that's what kills them. That's way more fun. Right, cleanse. I hope someone's still alive down here. Again, not my fault. You saw how much that person was running right up to the huge person. Like, the huge hiss was there, swirling with stuff, and they were like, yeah, what I need to do is stand about 3 fucking centimetres away from them. That's how I'll survive this. Is there anyone here? Is everyone dead? Do I have to feel bad? Ritual office. We're looking in there. All day we're looking in there. Gonna go in here first though. Yay, it's all cleared out. Pick that up as well. Intrusive pattern. Threshold kids proposal. So this document is like pretty interesting. It's about the threshold kids. So it's saying about how they're not doing well enough to look after kids that are here. So because they just take in people that have some kind of powers, they're not looking after them properly because they're all just scientists and stuff like that, and that's not what they're for. So teaching them about stuff that's quite complex isn't helping anyone. Putting them in dangerous situations isn't helping anyone. So this person's just suggesting that they make a puppet-based TV show called The Threshold Kids to play to the children that they've got here. But then it's one of those things, and to make them interested in it. It's one of them things where, like, I wonder if this is supposed to have gotten to the point where they actually made this into a regular television show for kids to make them more accepting of the concepts, because that's the kind of thing they do here. Manipulate people through media and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting. Just the fact that there are kids here. Hadn't really thought about that. Kind of concerned for them. Let's hope they're still here and safe and not all just a bunch of his kids. So, this protective studies, ritual office. Protective studies is where I'm supposed to go, so let's quickly take a look at the ritual office. Oh, it's a lift, okay. This whole section is the ritual office. Why you would say that before you leave the area? I suppose you could get lost in this building pretty easily, what with it shifting. You think it would be on the other side as you're coming in from the lift. Clearly some kind of test's been going on in that room. It's got the old dimensional, like, boxes This is all the stuff that they put around the points.
Item number 52AE analysis, session 2.
That's the duck.
We'll begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock.
Oh, it's got like wobbliness around it.
I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner.
So this is the kind of thing that Pope does. Must be.
Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14.
So they just have to test everything to see how it reacts.
No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate.
Oh, it quacks, right?
Can you understand me? Can you understand my words? Quack if you can understand my words. No response.
Oh, there was so much tension for the quack.
We'll need time to prepare further tests.
Oh, I wanted something to happen back. Oh, I can't go in there. But the duck does quack. It said in the thing. So whatever's in there is either been taken out or escaped. That's fun too. And, oh, these are all empty though. Either a lot of shit's escaped or those are just set up for other stuff to come in later. Okay. This is closed down. Oh, I never like seeing a group of mannequin people.
And most of the things around here.
Oh, it's kind of staticky looking in here.
Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead.
So if they've got kids that are here,
over by the hiss.
Dylan could be one of the kids that was here, that was raised here. And the reason why they were talking about making that program. Because what if Dylan's got the same thing that we've got, and they found that out about him as a kid, so they wanted to study it? Astral blip. Ah, so we're trying to make that shape. Smashed it. Alright, this is the HRA lab. So this is where Darling should be. If Darling is okay. Right. Seems like this is going to be a big moment. Don't want to be that guy that leaves you on a cliffhanger, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Why is there a 5 on here? We'll discover that next episode. That's it for this episode. Next time we're going to poke around in the lab. I don't think Darling's going to be here. My suspicion is Darling is never going to actually be in the game outside of those videos. Because he's too cool a character, right? He can't be here. Because then he's at risk. That's it for this episode. See you next time. Goodbye. He seems like he would have a top hat and pull something out of it. But something really sinister. Like a severed head. And then put it back in there. The severed head of another list of mine.